I bed somebody who I feel is in need, and Leslie is in need. I've had at least one person alert me to her account, maybe two. So let's address Leslie. Everybody get in here and get comfortable. Hello, unicorn dreams. Aunt Churchy has no labels. If you don't know who she is, you should have been in her scope, holding her hand. Please slide over all the way to the left and make room for everybody. Thank you. To answer the question of what somebody said earlier, yes, I am still thinking about my trip, but this is he probably ran over his toe again. I don't know. But please listen. One of the things I've told you is that prayer, friendship, and sharing the news about a person is very important. Now, Leslie has threatened to call authorities on me. You'll listen to this, and you no, Aquanet, it's not a show. I do have theatrical options, such as pretending to swallow a pencil. That's an old one. Sometimes I'll slap myself on the forehead just to say, "Oh, do," but I'm not self-abusive, and this is not a show. Yeah. Oh God, what's in my bed? Oh my God, receipt scares me when you've got something in the bed and you don't know what it is. So let's talk about Leslie. Well, it was not an act; it's a theatrical. Like when Victor Borger went. No, it was a receipt. You want to hear it? I don't care. They've done it to me in Florida. What's the difference? So let's talk about Leslie. Leslie has health issues. When you're hearing her scope, you can sometimes pick up that she needs health mercy prayers. She needs people in there who are getting her focused on things that she doesn't overreact to. Some, well, if you're going to talk about deflecting, fine. Some people will listen to something and say, "Oh fuck it." Other people give react very much. It's like a child who goes to a a, a show at an amusement park and thinks that something is going to happen that like that we're going to all die or we're going to run into a tree. Thank you, Julie. So some people can see that it is fake or that you are safe. All right. Other people take things too literally. I'll add Donna because I trust her. So with Leslie, she overreacts and she's with people who are telling her, "Oh my God, Church, you went 100 miles an hour. Did you see me go 100 miles an hour?"
Hey,
No,
Lori, I have a question to ask you.
no, I'm not pregnant.
Well, okay, that wasn't the question. I just have like a question. Why are you being so mean to everybody? I seen some broadcasts and you're like cussing at people. That's not nice, Lori. Be nice.
Honey, who was I cussing out?
I don't know. It was on somebody shared your broadcast, but you should be nice. That's
Well,
not the
I need to
Lori.
know honey, if I don't know the broadcast, if it's one of my broadcasts, you should have been commenting in that broadcast. I don't know.
No, it
You
was
know,
a rebroadcast. Somebody rebroadcasted you and you were yelling at someone and hitting yourself. Don't do that. That's not nice. That's like
Oh,
Don't do
God.
that, Lori.
I should have let you up on the beam. I knew it.
No, I'm not mean. I'm totally supportive of you. Okay? I just want you to just like to like be like just, yourself. Like I don't care what anybody says about
Donna,
you.
I do not want to mute you, but this is getting out of hand.
Okay, well, I care about you. You just looked really
I
sad is
do,
all I'm
but this is
saying.
out of hand, okay? The
Well,
driving is not important. It was not seen on scope. I did it because I was late. A lot of people do 75 or 80.
what are you talking about?
I did 100 miles an hour downhill to test the car to see how she would run.
No, I was
I
talking about
don't,
don't hit
it is
yourself.
not safe on that vehicle to drive 90.
I just really care about you. I just don't like seeing you like upset and hurting and crying. That's all I gotta say. It just like is really it's just sad.
When did you hear me talk about the crying? I am sometimes so fucking tired. Like when I was at the beach, I was having so much fun, but I start breaking down crying
Well,
and panic.
do you like music?
Yeah, that's irrelevant.
No, but if you're crying and sad, put on something happy music. Like think
No,
of
you're
something
not
happy.
understanding, honey. When I am when I am that stressed today with the sand, when I couldn't make it out to the water and I said fuck it and I didn't care. But then I turned around and you see up to the ankle how
I don't
I'm gonna have to mute you because that's not true.
You're gonna mute me?
No, not her. She said that I punched the car to 100 while I was mad.
I don't even know what you're
When
talking about. I'm just talking about it's just I just want to let you know that like I'm praying for you and I know you love Jesus and I'm struggling too. A lot of people are struggling, but I just want to let you know that you're very loved and that God loves you and regardless of the situation, just don't be reckless cuz I'm reckless sometimes and that's like not a good thing.
Honey, I've been in enough accidents. I don't want to ever. I've come too close too many times.
I just don't want you to like I don't know.
And you know that some of the stuff with the hitting is just either a response to something that is so stressful I can't handle it, or it is an act, which is just something like theatrical, like when you make a popping sound or whatever. You'll know it. But if I am so stressed that I hit myself in the head or something, that means you pushed me so hard that I am breaking down, and you got back off. Who's Chi?
Watching. I really don't watch your scopes. Not saying that I don't like your scopes. It's just, yeah, it's just I just
I am, hun.
I want that my prayers. Not just when I went to okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hello, Chi. Oh, unless he really doesn't mean it. Nah. They're saying you're glitching. Okay, I'll help. Okay, so here's the thing with Leslie. Leslie has health issues. Leslie has people coming into her room and saying, "Oh my God, you punched the car at 100 miles an hour because you're angry." I said I was going downhill on an isolated stretch of road. It was downhill. I did not punch it. My van at 100 does not punch, and I was not angry. When I'm angry, I punch my car to 100. I don't want to die. Driving a car at 50 in some places could kill you if you punch it. So get it straight. I did it one fucking time. Once. It was downhill. It was a test to see what she could do. I brought her down to 80 or 85. I used to drive to Fresno when there was no speed limit at 90 miles an hour. I was with my dad. I don't
Okay, I
know.
have a question. Who is Luna?
I don't know.
Has Luna ever spoken to you before?
No.
Luna doesn't seem to scope, so I have to question how the hell they know me and anything about me because I don't put anything about me out for anyone to be able to judge me.
Because they go into other people's rooms and they'll go in Matty Rice's room and then take a little bit of information from him. They'll go to Dree's room, take a little information from her, then go to Don Lodge, and they go every room, and then they just add it all up, and it's like going to a library, whipping one page out of every book, and then stapling together in whatever you find order. And you'll get the book of David, and then you'll get Gone with the Wind. They don't know what they're doing. They're just ripping books out of the library, and when they've got enough to make a book, they make their own book, and it's not a book that makes sense. I will not.
Well, Luna,
My
just
landlord will
come on
come
up
and sit
and
on
talk
my
to
bed,
us.
and she will actually smack me upside the head with her purse.
Come on, Luna, step up to the beam and let's hear from you. Let's hear it from your mouth.
And getting back to Leslie. Leslie has people in her room saying, "Oh my God, Churchy punched her car to 100 because she's mad." I have never romped on a car unless it was for safety reasons, such as an asshole I was trying to pass wouldn't let me pass so I could get back into the other lane and do, let's say, 75 miles an hour. Yeah, that's what it is.
And
Yes, that looks like Chi. Doesn't she look like a
wh-
Chi Chi with her Chi Chi's hanging out?
that's a Chi Chi shot for sure. Um, stands for Chihuahuas, folks. I have four
Oh, God, I'd
Chihuahuas.
hate to live in a house with chihuahuas.
And what I don't understand is people having to be so vicious enough to take a scope and reevaluate it, insect it, um, reevaluate it, and abuse it, and do whatever they feel they need to do. Well, it just
Yes,
shows it shows them.
Katie told me, yes, that's the truth. One time downhill, stray away, in the middle of nowhere, there was no cars for a mile each direction. And I have been driving cars since 1973. I have driven them on steep 30 grade roads. I have driven them up and down mountains. I've driven to Crater Lake in a camper. I have driven in wind that trucks were pulling over. I will never, ever drive a vehicle beyond her limits. Never have.
Come on, Luna. Call in.
Now let's get back to Leslie, please. I'm tired of this. Oh, we got Luna. So Luna's canceled. Kel's is canceled.
Come on, Luna. Call in.
So anyway, so I want you to feel. Yeah, I don't think so. I'm not living. Her real name is not Chichi. Trust me. She did not get slapped on the button and everybody said, "Hey, it's Chichi." Well, nobody slapped her on the button, called her Dixie. Can we get back, Leslie? Jesus Christ. Give me help, Lord help. So what the
Can y'all
problem,
hear me
Leslie,
or
is
no?
she's
Yeah, we hear you. What is it you want to know about me, darling?
Oh, darling. Well, I don't want to know anything about you. I was just curious if Lori was staying with you, if you're the Chi Chi or Dixie that she's staying with.
Well, you this.
Oh, boy.
Are you her guardian?
Bitch, listen, okay? Don't make me drag you. I'm not nothing, but you you haven't been out here long at all on this app. Long.
okay. Can I ask everybody a question? What is the title of this scope? Does anybody, hello, people, does anybody know whose name is in this scope? Does anybody know whose name is in the title of the scope? Yes, Leslie. Is it Kels? Is it Cheech? Is it Myrtle? Is it Dixie? Is it Carla? Good. That is why Kels got booted. I have been trying for how many minutes to get everybody to focus so I can finish the scope and go back to sleep. Before that crazy old lady comes out and hits me upside the head with a pillow and says, "Shut up." Now, let's address Leslie. Leslie has health issues, okay? We are supposed to be praying for her for health ministry. We are supposed to be going in her room and talking with her, giving her advice, comforting her, complaining, whatever it can be. When Mama Jerry comes up here, all of a sudden you got 5 or 6 women and a few men talking about their um, pain meds and how they got over that. When too much hurt comes into this room, what has happened? All of a sudden, the people with fibromyalgia gather together and talk about that. And that is why you should be in Leslie's room commiserating, complaining about your illnesses, whatever, the doctors. You should be encouraging her, loving her. If she needs advice on something, maybe you know a better medicine for her, be
How do
there.
we find her?
Her name is Leslie underscore 111.
111.
I think so. Yeah. And that's what she needs more than anything. Don't tell her a bunch of bullshit about me or anybody else because she's hypersensitive. Like I said, when you get on Dumbo or any amusement park ride, you got one person going, like when let's talk about the haunted mansion. I would love some elderberry syrup, well fermented. So let's say you're going to haunted mansion. You notice everybody around there is laughing and the whole thing. And then there's one person going, "Oh my God, we're gonna die! The ghost has got us! Oh my God, we're gonna die! The ghost has got us! The ghost has got us!" And then you go into the stretcher room. Oh my! The elevator's gonna fall and we're gonna die! And you're like, "Oh, really? Shut up!" You get people like that. Okay, good night. You get people like that. A dog barks, they're like, "Oh my God, a dog's going to attack. Oh my God, a dog's going to attack." And everybody's like, "It's a cute little puppy." You see, your view of life is not the same as Leslie's all the time. And yes, well, fear or just overreacting to things. She overreacts to things. And what she's being told is, "Oh my God, Churchy is a danger to society because she's driving 100 miles an hour." I did it one time to test the vehicle. I usually do between 70 and 80. If I'm in a hurry, I'll do 85. I rarely do 90. I do not want to take my van out and push her to that hard. It's like taking a mule and he can run the mile race in 10 minutes, but you don't run him in 10 minutes. You run him in 20 minutes and you let him rest. Yeah. I wanted to prove to Richard that she still had it. So the problem, yeah, I know, honey. I know about the tickets and everything else. Come on, I've had my share. Honey, I couldn't do $7,350, Anna. Uh, to escape from my mother, I would go on long drives. So that's the problem with Leslie. She has you people in there encourage her and say, "Oh my God, Churchy slaps herself. Oh my God, Churchy is a danger to herself because she slaps herself." Yet those who know me, she doesn't know me. She understand it's not a self abuse. She does not grasp that there are two times like myself. One is when I can't handle being, yeah, when I can't handle the stress dealing with idiots. The second is a theatrical slap where you go like that and you hit yourself at the top of your head, not by the eyeball, where you hit right there, and that does not do any damage here. Whoa. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was start sneezing. That was not good. It's like the theatrical punch. When a man slaps, goes up and punches the guy in the gut, and the other guy tucks his tummy in and he doesn't get hit. It's like when they're fighting and it doesn't hurt me, honey. This is theatrical. See? It's not a real, it's not real damaging. See? Here's a slap. It sounds dangerous, but it's not. It's theatrical. It's like when you slap your husband in a movie and he recoils off and falls down. That is theatrics. This is what stuntmen do for a living. They get hit upside the head. They get slapped. They get punched. They get knifed. You see the knife go in the guy. Ah! Well, the other guy sucks in and the blade never touches his body. And then you see the next shot of him with a gaping hole and blood. Okay? This is the stunt work. Okay? It is nothing more than theatrics, and she does not grasp it. Slapping yourself on the face can hurt, but if you go like that, it sounds like you're hurting yourself, but you're not. There's no bruise marks on my face ever. And she doesn't grasp that. Yes. I'm staying with this lady for a couple more days. Um, we're going, yeah. I can as a form of when I self abused, I would scrape my arm with a knife. I wouldn't actually cut. And I was trying to say, Mom, you've pushed me over the limit and I can't take it anymore. And trust me, you can cut your arms with a knife and they don't give a damn. They will still do whatever they're doing to hurt you. And I've dealt with two kids who were self abusers. One was in the first stage. And with Leslie, I need you to go out there and share her life story. And this is how you're going to say it. I have a friend named Leslie who has health mercies. She needs your prayers. That's all you have to say. You go into her room and she needs some sort of advice, like where a cheap place to eat in town, where there's a really good movie. Oh, Toby, you're at home. You're fine. You're safe and sound. You're loved. See, she needs. We all have people like that who are housebound or have health emergencies of some sort. Go into their rooms and talk with them. There are people out there with fibromyalgia, cancer, mental illness. Me, I took Millie out and I got her up to 95, and that was it. Well, she's not wanting to be my friend. And people are like dogs. Did you know that? Some dogs, you can walk up to them and they're like, roll over, scratch my belly. Oh, I love it. I love it. Oh, give me more scratches. And other dogs will cower in a corner. Matt, me too. I could not get Millie. Chi, I'm going to go over your room and slap you and just tell you, leave me alone. No, just kidding. I love Chi. I love a lot of people in life, but we got to focus on Leslie, okay? There are people in life, and they're not going to tell you. Don't be sorry. Okay, Slippery Cow, Mason Dixon line was somewhere around Pennsylvania, and now everything in the South is Dixie. Oh, I wish I was in the land of Dixie. Hoorah! Georgia, South Carolina. I believe those are in Dixie. Next question. So, oh my God, somebody just did a screenshot of me talking. So, there are people, it's like being in an apartment building with 100 people, and the person across from your room is suicidal. The person two doors down just lost her husband on a motorcycle, and I don't know. Maybe she has two devices. I don't know. Maybe it's a troll. But when you're in an apartment building, there's a lady two doors down whose husband just died in a motorcycle accident. Two floors down is a lady who's 75 years old, whose family doesn't visit her, who has no food basically because she can't get to the store. There are in that building 100 houses and 100 dwellings. There's 100 stories. And you have to go out and find these stories and encourage them, love them. You may have to go and find a senior citizen to feed. You may have to, I don't know, let's see, 1111. She'll have a lot of scopes if she's the real Leslie. When you find somebody like Leslie, don't yell at her. Study her. See how she reacts to life. And roll with her. Like I said, she's hypersensitive. She's the one in the elevator screaming while you're like, oh boy, this is fun. No, I took her out to eat today. I stood in front of her and I blocked her so she couldn't pay the check. Little brat. Take these people, pray for them. Did you know that there is a Catholic and there is a Jew and a Muslim and they're in the same room and you're sick? They're all praying for you. It costs you no money to pray for people. It costs no money to go into people like Leslie's room and sit there and talk with them sanely. You should not be encouraging her phobias or fears. In other words, if somebody's in an elevator screaming, "Oh my God, we're going to die," don't go, "Yeah, we're going to die. We're going to die. Uh huh. My uncle died in the elevator." You don't do that. You tell them, "Honey, it's safe." You encourage them and tell them it's safe. And you calm them and you hold them and you love them. And maybe you sing to them. And then you get to the bottom, you say, "See, it wasn't so bad, was it?" That's what you do. Thank you, Pammy. Yes. And when I was so scared on that beach, I kept going ankle deep into that sand, and I was so tired. And I just didn't think I was going to make it. There was this lady at the top of the stairs talking. And she know people would know her name if they heard her voice. They knew who it was. She didn't know she was doing something wrong. Don't be mad at her. She's been doing this before Richard incident long ago. Uh, but tonight, that lady encouraged me. She was going to take her disabled body downstairs and help me. As I got up to that last step, she was going to help me up. Yes. Have you ever seen a dog attack people? Do you know why that dog is attacking a person who's trying to feed them and clothe them and shelter them and all that stuff? It's because they were beaten by humans. Or maybe they were left chained to a fence, and the only time they saw humans was when food was thrown at them. And they fear humans. But you know, in time, that dog will come around and love you. And that anger, that rage you see like a dog barking and barking and trying to rip your face off, that anger is like that dog that's barking and trying to rip your face off. Because inside there is so much damage, so much hurt that the person is angry and lashing out at others like me and you. Just like the dog tries to bite the face off of somebody that's trying to help him. There is so much damage in their heart that, thank you. Since I'm a doctor, I'm charging 5 cents. PayPal me 5 cents. Why do some people, like Don Lott, go after others? We don't know. But with Leslie, pray for her. Go in her room and talk to her about roses and other happy things in life. Get her to focus on things that make her happy, to calm her down in life. And when she's not feeling good, she should be surrounded by good vibes. And when she takes it off the app, it's because she believes in her heart that she is protecting me from self harm. She does not understand that when I do this, you hear that? That's a theatrical slap. It's like when you're on stage and let's say a husband slaps his um wife. You see, that's a theatrical slap. It's like when the Three Stooges would pinch their nose and poke their eyes out and all that other stuff. It was all theatrics, and she doesn't know this is theatrical. Sometimes, though, I am pushed so far that I'm doing this to let you know that you've pushed me too far. That's not abuse. That's just telling you you've gone too far. I have not, in this year or the year before, the last time I did this was accidentally about 5 years ago. Yeah, 5 years ago it was an accident. I was severely stressed, and I didn't realize when I grabbed my arm that to tell him it was like a scratching mechanism where you scratch your arm to let somebody know they're hurting you. I forgot that my arm is sensitive. Oh God, I'm actually holding my arm up. You've seen the damage if I get one bruise, too much sun. No, you yeah, as miserable as you want to be. And what helps is when you have people in there telling you stuff to feed your fears, feed your reactions. Like people saying that I would punch a car in anger. Well, I was a little angry when I stomped in the car because I had an idiot going 10 miles below the speed limit, but you have people there telling her she punched the gas at 100 miles an hour. Do you really think I would take a car that is 10 years old, that has no history on it, one I bought brand new, and stomp on it? Do you know how much damage you. Hold on. Oh, it's too late. The dog is alerting. But do you realize she doesn't grasp that I cannot romp on a car? Stomping on a car can do things to a car. You'll have to ask Richard and some of the men in the scope about that. But she doesn't understand that. And yes, if I'm pushed, I'll do 85 on a straightaway. I'm not going to do 85 on a bridge. I once took a baseball beat to a cop's windshield. Just Don, we really don't need to know that. But yeah, we're all sinners. So love her, encourage her, hold her, give her advice. Maybe you know a better drug. You send Mama Jerry in my room and I'll tell her, Mama Jerry, you just go ahead. If you want to get on my beam, you can do that. And she talks to other people about the meds and they all compare meds and they say, well, hey, have you tried this med? Have you tried that med? Have you, oh, I had that med? No, I did the same thing to me. That's what they do. And I let him. I have 3 kids. What am I gonna do? They're driving me crazy. Then I let him on the beam, or I let him talk amongst themselves. Somebody's going to Tallahassee. You know what I do? I let them talk amongst each other. And we need to do that. Educate, share, love. I will not report Leslie anymore. If I don't think I've ever reported her, but this is the line. I will not report her because I know in her heart. Well, honey, I love Solly very much. And until Diesel Huffer Jeff said so in his scope when he attacked me and the pregnant lady and Solly, I did not know she was transgender, transsexual, trans Siberian, or whatever. I always treated Solly as a woman, deep voice, but hey, there's a lot of women with deep voices. And I always respected her and I looked up to her. She was one of my role models, people I just like, oh wow, she's in my room. So don't worry about your deep voice. Keep praying for Chris Hendricks. And remember that Leslie believes in her mind that there is a real danger that has to be reported. Yeah. And when somebody believes something, even if it's not true, like all Russians are, Russian women look like men, that old joke, whatever it may be, it's in your mind. The old days of prejudice. If somebody thinks that airplanes are unsafe, if people thinks that there's a dog and it's going to kill them because they're phobic, when your mind thinks something, even if it's not true, it's going to believe it. And that's where racism comes from. That's where phobia comes from. Even if it's not true, people are going to believe something. And in her case, she believes something, and that is a solid thing. Do you understand? You may see nothing. The person is hearing voices in their head. To them, that is real. If a person thinks that their landlord is spying on them, that is real to them. If a man thinks that he is getting radio waves from Mars, to him that's real. Don't laugh at these people, because to them it's real. And it is not something that should be laughed at. When you walk in and say, I'm gay, I'm Hispanic, I live in Texas, and somebody laughs at you, how do you think that feels? To that person who feels that it is real, that Martians are beaming waves to their brain, it is real. If a person hears a dog barking and it's a TV program and they are afraid of dogs, they're going to believe there is a real dog there. You know, it's not a dog, it's just a program. But to them, it is real. So with Leslie, she believes this is real and she believes that I need salvation by calling the authorities. And I have already gone through the Florida system. And they said the only thing they had was some suggestions like moving to a better place. I had the paper. They did not find any issues with roaches or uh, dirt or filth or anything. No, only recommendations was to get a safe place, maybe get helpers. And that was when I was very sick. The police have been in here. My landlord's been here. David, uh, Sam, my pastor and his wife, people from my church, the census, two census workers have been in my house. And I'm still here, girl. But Leslie believes she is going to have to save the world from me because I'm dangerous. Okay, thanks, Dempsey. That's going to be on the 23rd. I'll find out. I'm also going to be looking for a Harvey's food chain. See if I can find that out here. I got $12 there. I will. So, Leslie believes in her heart that she must protect the world from me because I am a dangerous driver who romps on the car at 100 miles an hour. That I'm a dangerous driver as I speed. I was talking to Sherry and I was following this lady home and I said, Sherry, I'm putting the phone down. And I had to put it down because the roads I was turning onto were not safe to drive with one hand, even if one hand had no. Uh, when I was driving on the curves, I said to whoever was on the phone, I have to go. I know this is very important, but I have to go. And I left him. I drove in the rain, and I stayed at below the speed limit until it got better. Um, the last accident I had was not my fault, and before that, I have not had an auto accident in 20 years that I can remember. No, wait a minute, I had one in the library once, but that was a crazy lady. Oh my god, that fucking bitch. I have slight indigestion, and please don't be mad at Leslie. Yeah, I have driven probably 1,000,000 miles. I don't. I drove a commercial vehicle that cleans parking lots. I have driven motorhomes, campers, a Chevy Parkwood station wagon, a fully loaded 1-ton pickup truck with camper, and a motorcycle on the trailer. I have driven a truck cross country, pulling Eleanor, my car, on a trailer. I have driven in snow, sleet. When I used to come home from college, I would actually have to drive with my door open and follow the line. It was only about 3 miles. But I literally had to drive with the door open. That was how bad the fog was. I've gotten stuck in sand. That was an idiot move. I have driven through earthquakes. I have driven through flooded streets. I have had to choose between one car that had the brakes that would stop and the other car whose brakes would not stop, and one would flood and one wouldn't. So, yeah, I had issues. I'm a rather safe driver. So, but that's not going to change with Leslie. So please go in and give her positive. I want you to go find Brandy's scopes. When Brandy is doing her art projects and stuff, go find Stephanie Ray. There's positive people out there. Find them and encourage her, love her, pray for her, listen to her. I'm not mad at you, Leslie. I cannot be mad at you. Frustrated, but I will never ever hate you. I will always love you as an auntie. All right? And maybe someday you'll get yourself in order. Yeah, believe when we get older, sometimes we have limitations that we can either one, we fear limitations that are not there, or two, we fail to understand our limitations, like me in that deep sand. I thought I could make it, and then I found out that this was not Florida sand. And yeah, sometimes. Cinderella, she wants her privacy. And you would not me wanting to, even if you were known to be with me, Cinderella, you wouldn't like it to be having that information shared. And she doesn't want anybody to share her pictures or anything else. I'm really mad at Dawn Laud because this kind lady, oh, she'll attack people like Richard at times, but this kind lady has opened her home to me, showed me compassion, gave me ice water, let me put my juice and salad dressing in her refrigerator, has given me 4 days stay to try and find a place here. She was going to take me out to eat. She showed me all the beautiful beaches. Remember, she's like a puppy dog who has been beaten or broken in some way on the inside. She's hurting, whether it's inside or out. And you can kick her and yell at her and scream at her. But like that wounded little puppy dog that's now a mean, vicious dog, kicking it ain't going to make it better. All you can do is quietly talk with the dog, and eventually it'll build trust with you. And eventually it'll put its head on your lap and let you hug it, and it'll be your friend. And with Leslie, something is broken. Yes, is broken inside. I don't know if it's her health, mental, or what. And she's very hypersensitive to things. And don't be mad at her. Just pray for her. And understand that her anger is like that dog that has been hurt. There is something internally in there that makes her that way. Yes, it is true. It's like the dog biting people. It's wrong. But she does not see herself as hurting people. She does not see herself being mean. She is a warrior princess who's going to defend the world against Aunt Churchy. And I'm very mad at Don Laud because how dare he insult this woman and call her fat, disgusting pig of a lady when she gave her home to a stranger. She took me to the store. She's offered to take me to Walmart. Do you understand the compassion? I want you to think of Delta Burke. How would you feel if somebody fat shamed her? There are people out there like Ninja Greg that are overweight that have the biggest heart. I think Greg probably weighs 400 pounds because he's got a 200-pound heart. That's how much his heart weighs. He is half heart. Blessed man. Can you imagine attacking him because he's overweight? A man who's good, so gentle. Would you attack somebody like Dawn Block? She weighs, I think, a little more than me. Why do you fat shame somebody? What is the reason, Dawn, that you are fat shaming a woman? Why is being 300 pounds or 200 pounds something to hurt a person? Why are you fat shaming? And you must understand that if you fat shame somebody that you don't like, because they're helping me out, that means you have the ability to do it to someone else. Did you know that? When I play my games, I am a leader and I speak very clearly and I explain the rules very carefully and make sure my troop knows how to do their job. I do things I don't need to do just to help others. You understand? And your ability to kill, your ability to hurt, your ability to give shows up on apps and games, and it shows up on this app. In other words, who else does Don Law want to call a fat slob? The local waitress, maybe her doctor. Why? You're saying he's crossed the line with one person. Who else is he thinking right now is disgusting? And she's an older lady with major health. As I said, some of us in life are at the point where we point to the tip of our nose and our little finger and say, "That's the only thing not hurting, doctor." And she's that sick. Why would you go after a woman who is willing to get dressed really nice, all decked out, and take me to a restaurant, take me shopping, take me touring? She has made sure I have a good place to sleep, brings me a glass of water with ice every night, has offered me robes and things to sleep in if I want, outfits. You understand that? She's offered me any of my meds that I need. How can he be jealous of her? I don't understand. Because he can't want her health issues, weight, all that stuff. Is he jealous because she is loved because she's a Christian? Because she's kind, compassionate? I don't understand. I think she's got to go to bed. She's getting one of her headaches from the heat. She's thirsty. She hates going to pee. I love you all. Please pray for Leslie. I love you, girl, even if you hurt me. Amen to that, honey. And don't call her Chi-Chi. Don't call her Dixie. She doesn't like to be called that. She wants to remain anonymous. And for those of you who have the Bible, can quote it. But he said to not stand on the street corner and say, I gave $5 to the temple. I donated a lamb. I tithe. He said, don't do that. And don't pray, oh, Jesus. No, wait. Oh, great God. Allah, 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 I love you. And I'm donating to them. Yeah, in front of everybody. Don't. And there's a lot of people who like to be anonymous when they're helping. Her scope life is totally different than here. And she just wants to be anonymous. It's a Christian philosophy that you should never hold or log over somebody the donations you've made to them of any kind. And yes, give in secret and don't be proud and boast about your givings. Not good night. I gotta sneeze. I gotta drink water. No, I gotta pee. I love you. Good night. Bye.